he will be the Prime Minister, and according to reports that are coming in, he could in fact assume office as early as tomorrow. Tell us more in terms of the challenges that await Rishi Sunak.
Well, I think there are multiple different challenges for Sunak. Really, some of the most difficult combination of challenges really that any British Prime Minister has faced in living memory. Firstly, just from a political perspective, we have an enormously divided party that's been deeply fractious and been involved really in a civil war for the best part of this year over the issue of leadership. So just from a political perspective, he's going to have to bring together so many different sides and also try to heal some of the wounds that came out of the bitterness of Boris Johnson's removal. And certainly we've seen some of those divisions come up only in the last few days since Liz Truss has been removed. But I think the fact that, Sunak managed to get close to 200 nominations, which is over half of the MPs he has in his party, will really go a long way in trying to assert the authority that he has over his party. So I expect certainly a little bit easier time in terms of, comparing what he had, to Boris Johnson's time, certainly over the past year. So from a political perspective, I say he's got, a big task ahead of him. But I think actually ultimately his successful failure of his premiership is going to be defined by the economic situation. Of course, the UK is facing historic inflation, causing major cost of living challenges for so much of the population, largely caused by a rising price of fuel and energy. So, of course, that led to the disastrous mini budget that Liz Truss unveiled just a few weeks ago that led to this very, very difficult market reaction. And of course, that led to interest rates likely going up and that causing implications on mortgage rates, and which, of course, caused further consequences for consumers. Now, of course, that some of that has been reversed. Some of those issues have been resolved, but actually we're still facing about a £38 billion deficit in terms of public spending. So that means that actually at a time when interest rates are rising, when you expect the economy to actually start going into recession, you're going to have to face the consequences of perhaps cutting public spending. And that's going to be a very, very difficult thing to do. And I think the optics of being one of the wealthiest prime ministers you can remember, combined with the fact that you're going to have to cut frontline services unless you raise borrowing, is going to be a very, very difficult thing for Sunak to do. So say for politically and economic reasons, Sunak has a big task ahead of him.